Picture this. A courtroom packed to the brim. The tension in the air. So thick you could slice it clean with a butter knife. People shifting in their seats, whispering in hushed tones, nervous energy crackling like static before a storm. And right at the center of it all, Lisa Carter, focused. A black woman in her early 40s, standing tall, unwavering. She's got fire in her eyes, strength in her stance. Today she's taking on a giant, a massive corporation that wrongfully terminated her. But from the way this courtroom feels, the odds, they ain't in her favor. Up on the bench, there's Judge Richard Miller, late 60s. Silver hair slicked back like he stepped straight out of an old-school power playbook. His smile, cold, the kind that never reaches the eyes. He leans back, spinning his gavel lazily between his fingers like it's a toy. Like he already knows how this is gonna end. And it ain't looking good. Then, with a slow, deliberate lean forward, he lets out a chuckle. Not the warm kind. No, this one. It's dripping with arrogance, with condescension. "Miss Carter," he drawls, shaking his head as if he's scolding a naive child. "Let me save you some time here. Women like you. Well, they don't exactly get very far with cases like these, now do they?" The courtroom. Silent. Lisa doesn't flinch, but you see it. The subtle stiffening of her spine. The flash of something fiery in her eyes. Then, a gasp ripples through the crowd. Did he really just say that? Her lawyer, Jason Green, a man in his early 50s with years of experience under his belt, goes rigid. His jaw tightens, but he keeps his cool. Barely. You can see it in his eyes, though. The absolute rage simmering beneath the surface. Lisa. She stands a little taller. Not a tremor in her voice. "Your Honor," she states, clear, unwavering. "This is a blatant case of discrimination. I was terminated for exposing corruption within this corporation." The judge doesn't even let her finish. His smirk spreads wider like a predator playing with its food. "Or," he says, dragging out the word, voice dripping with mockery, "maybe you just weren't cut out for the job. Ever think of that?" A murmur rolls through the crowd. Disbelief. Outrage. You see heads shaking, eyes widening. People are shifting, whispering. This judge, something about him stinks. The scent of corruption is thick in the air. Jason leans in, voice low but firm. "Stay calm, Lisa," he murmurs. "We'll appeal." And then, Judge Miller does the unthinkable. Clam. The sound of his gavel cracking against the wood is like a gunshot. The whole room jumps. "Case dismissed," he barks. "Now get out of my courtroom." For a moment there's nothing. No sound, no movement. Just pure, stunned silence. Lisa blinks. Once. She steps forward, disbelief and fury curling around her words. "You're dismissing my case, just like that," she demands. "Without even reviewing the evidence. The documents we filed. The testimonies." Judge Miller leans back, looking so smug it makes the audience sick. "Don't need to," he shrugs. "You're wasting the court's valuable time." He said, "Leave. Or I'll have security remove you." The whispers in the courtroom. They're growing louder. Angrier. Lisa's fists clench at her sides, nails digging into her palms. Every fiber of her being screams at her to fight, to argue. But she doesn't. Well, she does something else. Controlled. She reaches into her purse. Jason watches her, eyes narrowing. Confused. The crowd stirs, some leaning forward. Even the judge raises an eyebrow. And then, Miller chuckles, low, mocking. "Gonna call your mommy," he sneers. "How pathetic." A couple of the corporation's lackeys in the audience chuckle along, shaking their heads. But Lisa, she doesn't even blink. She just lifts her phone, presses a button, and calmly, firmly, she speaks. "Yes, I'd like to report a federal violation of judicial conduct." The room goes dead silent. Every single head turns. "Yes," she continues, voice carrying with undeniable power. "Corruption. Bis. Obstruction of justice. Beep." Then, "Oh, you want proof? No problem. I have a full recording. Judge Miller's smirk. His face pale. What did you just say? He stammers, sitting up straighter. His whole demeanor shifting from arrogant to alarmed. Lisa holds up her phone, tilting it slightly so everyone can see. That little red dot. Recording. Flashing. I said, she repeats, her smirk now a full-blown grin. I recorded everything. The courtroom erupts. Phones come out, cameras rolling. Voices rise, shouting, cheering, gasping. She got him. Someone yells. This judge is finished. Another shouts. Miller's mouth opens, but nothing comes out. He's frozen like a man caught in his own trap. And then, the courtroom doors fly open. In storm federal marshals. Big. Serious. The lead officer, a man built like a brick wall, steps forward and booms. Judge Richard Miller, you're under arrest. The courtroom loses it. Miller scrambles, sweating bullets. Why, you can't arrest a judge. This is outrageous. He's flailing, grasping at excuses, at anything. Lisa steps forward, right up to the bench. She meets his panicked eyes, standing firm, fearless. You were right about one thing, Judge, she says, voice steady, steel-edged. Women like me. We don't get very far. We get to the finish line. The room explodes. Cheers, claps, stomping feet, people recording every second. This is justice. Someone screams. Karma got him good. Another yells. A marshal snaps handcuffs onto the judge's trembling wrists. The fight. He's done. News spreads like wildfire. Headlines flash. Police car light corrupt judge arrested in own courtroom. Caught on camera. Police car light. Millions watch the video. Goes viral. Lisa. She's flooded with calls. Every major news network wants her story. Later, sitting in a national interview, a reporter leans in. Lisa, she asks, microphone in hand. How did it feel, seeing the man who tried to silence you led away in handcuffs? Lisa. She grins. That same confident, victorious grin. It felt like justice. She turns to the camera. Direct, unwavering. And to anyone out there facing injustice. Anyone who feels like they don't have a voice. Don't back down. Record it. Speak up. Make the call. The studio audience. On their feet. Applause thunderous. Lisa. She just nods. Queen. Walking off her throne.